After weeks of headlines saying that no one wants to play with Caitlin Clark, Dana Bonner delivered a masterclass in shutting down baseless narratives, and it hit hard. After Swoops stirred the pot with comments about the Indiana Fever's allegedly toxic fan base, Bonner didn't just brush it off. She came back swinging with a contract and a statement that silenced the noise across the W. People in the Fever said, That's not my point. There's a lot of other going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be. Yeah, there are some new players who are very important to this Indiana Fever team who say, I don't want to be here. This is where I want to be. Bonner didn't just sign her name to a contract. She did so with authority, slamming the door shut on one of the league's most ridiculous narratives. The myth that Indiana is some wasteland from which players are allegedly fleeing is thought to have been obliterated. And yes, Sheryl Swoopes is undoubtedly watching and furious because everything she has been pushing was just blown up by one of the most respected veterans in the league. Let's fast forward for a moment. Persistently asserting that the Indiana Fever was the team to avoid Caitlin Clark's alienation of her teammates and that the locker room was on edge. But then here comes Bonner, one of the league's most accomplished players, proudly donning a Fever jersey and declaring loud and clear, I want in. You can almost hear Swoopes gritting her teeth. What's going on, people? Sheryl Swoopes has been missing, and they have an APB out for her. If you see her, she spoke extensively a few months ago about the Indiana Fever, the locker room atmosphere, and how people wanted to leave. Bonner's move wasn't merely a signing, it was a statement, and she didn't falter or give evasive press quotes with her chest. This is the team she wants to be with, and Clark is one of the main reasons why. That's right, while others are busy spreading stories, Bonner is creating a legacy. If you watched her interview, you saw something unique, genuine excitement from an experienced veteran about playing with a rookie. She's just a smart player, and you can see what she's done in her rookie season, and I believe she gets the ball to people in the right positions to help them be successful. So that's huge. Additionally, I'm hoping that I can give her a little more leadership and knowledge so that she will be prepared for the playoffs. Normally, first-year players must spend a season earning respect. They grind, prove themselves, and maybe they'll hear a kind word from, despite being a veteran, Bonner couldn't stop complimenting Clark on her exceptional passing, leadership, and ability to change a game. Given that she has played with legends and faced Hall of Famers, I'm sure there were many teams vying for your services, Dana, so why was this the right opportunity for you? Well, I feel like it was the right place for one thing. My kids live right up the road, and I've spent a lot of time away from them. The core that they have here now is just trying to fit in and be another piece of the puzzle, which will hopefully bring the energy dynamic and help us reach a higher level in the playoffs. However, let's be clear, Bonner didn't pick Indiana just because of Clark. Family on her mind, wanting to be nearer to her kids, but the basketball decision that resulted from watching this team fight their way into playoff contention the previous season, Clark Aaliyah, Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall. This young core has heart hunger, and now they have veteran firepower to match. I'm just excited to get out there with everyone and get the final roster because I'm pretty sure there are more things in the works in free ages, so I'm just kind of sitting back and waiting, but I can't wait until April 27th, which is training camp. I have to mark down and get out here with everyone and set our goals and what we want to do. And this isn't just any vet. We're talking about Bonner, who holds the all-time WNBA record for playoff appearances and minutes played. If she looked at Indiana and said, yep, they've got it, you better believe that this team is the real deal. She's a smart player, and you can see what she's done in her rookie season. I think she gets the ball to people in the right positions to help them be successful, so that's huge. And as I mentioned before, when the playoffs come around, she'll be ready, and Swoopes can continue talking. But while she's busy trying to destroy things from the sidelines, Bonner is over here creating something special. She's not just coming in to be a locker room leader, she's coming in to change the culture, raise the bar, and push. The squad's impact is what wins championships. So yes, Sheryl Swoopes is probably upset right now because she stirred the pot and cast doubt on Clark and the Fever. Now, one of the league's most respected players has completely undermined that narrative. What excites you the most about the team you're joining? They have a great core, so why not just add to that and try to take us to the next level in the playoffs? They were in the first round, and I played against them in that round, and the way they returned in the second game just makes you say, okay, I want to be a part of that. They didn't just lay down and quit. Instead, they came back and actually tried to beat us in that. This isn't just a talent upgrade, it's a full-blown identity shift for Indiana. What really makes Bonner's presence so valuable is how invested she already is in her new teammates. She's not just punching in for games and going home. She's breaking down film, talking tactics, and putting in the time to help Clark. Imagine Dana Bonner taking the floor with this energized, youthful Indiana Fever squad with Aaliyah Boston owning the paint, Caitlin Clark orchestrating every play, and Kelsey Mitchell shooting baskets like it's nothing. Boston and Mitchell both realize their full potential, and to her, the Fever aren't just a group of up-and-coming players, they're a puzzle that is vying for a championship, and she might be the missing piece. As I mentioned earlier, I think she's a great person, and we've been getting along well. We had a great workout this morning, and it was enjoyable. She's a fun kid, and when it comes to developing chemistry with Caitlin, Bonner is already ahead of the game. Bonner has played with some of the best guards in WNBA history, so she recognizes elite talent when she sees it, and she sees something genuinely unique in Clark. It's not just the highlight reel assists or the deep threes. It's the unquestionable fire that Clark brings every time she steps on the court. Hardwood Bonner understands that competitive edge and is prepared to channel it, mentor it, and assist Clark in taking her game to a new level. They were the most infamous team at the time, going from the bottom straight to the top, and they just kept trending. It was one of those teams you don't really want to see in the playoffs, so we won the game, and I think our experience helped us a lot. But when they came out for the second game, it was like, yeah, they just kind of went on this trajectory that was just like on the rise, and it was literally Fever on the rise during right after All-Star. So that's exciting for me to see, and that kind of helped me with my decision. Let's go back to Indiana's gritty playoff chase. Last season, there were indications that a team with heart and a little bit of magic could scare the big dogs, but they were lacking that one voice of experience. Bonner's championship experience and leadership experience are exactly what this team was craving, and her experience at the top fills that gap with authority. What can you offer, though? I feel like they're a team that last year helped them a lot and understand the dynamics of playoffs. It's a whole different ball game when playoffs come, and I feel like they're a young team, but they're a good team. I'm hoping that I can just give them the knowledge and explain playoffs a little bit better so we can be better prepared and don't get hit in the face in the first game. It's difficult to recover after that. For Clark, she may have already blown the league's doors off as a rookie, but Bonner sees that as just the beginning. She's not here to babysit a rookie. Rather, she's here to bring out the GOAT-level potential that is hiding in plain sight. How important was familiarity and those relationships when you're making this decision? Well, it's huge for me because I do have two kids and I want to be comfortable and make sure that I'm going to be taken care of both on and off the court. So Steph made it easy for me. So yeah, that's huge. And I feel like they just put me in great positions on the court that make me successful and took my game to a different level. This isn't a one-player project, and Aaliyah Boston is about to see her game soar with Bonner mentoring her in the paint. Boston has the fundamentals and footwork, but now she's learning what it takes to dominate on the biggest stage. And don't sleep on Kelsey Mitchell either. Her scoring threat is about to be amplified. And I'm excited for them in this franchise because I think they deserve it. It's kind of crazy how I see how it happened in a year and you went from like just a few fans in the stands to a sold-out arena everywhere, even on the road. Guys' home game in Connecticut because so many people showed up. So just give them credit, give this organization credit, give this team credit, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. What this all means is that Indiana is no longer the team that everyone used to think was an easy win because Bonner has joined forces with Clark, Boston, and Mitchell, and the Fever are looking to do more than just improve. They're looking to blow the league away. Bonner brings more than just points and rebounds. She brings credibility, toughness, and belief. It's been pretty cool to see. I'm just glad I can still be a part of it, and I'm glad I'm still wanted in different organizations, and I'm glad I have the free agency I do. The Indiana Fever's upcoming season isn't just another step forward. It's a line in the sand, and they're coming for it all. The rest of the league needs to pay attention because you're one of the league's fiercest rivals, and Caitlin Clark is already making a name for yourself as one of those. You two had a moment in the playoffs, but I know you feel like that shows how well you two can work together, right? Well, it's the playoffs, so you're trying to find any way to win that game to advance to the next round. Let's take that playoff matchup between Caitlin Clark and Dana Bonner. That game was one of the most talked about moments of the previous season, and for Bonner, it was a full-on battle of willpower between two stars refusing to, as you can see, this isn't just a roster addition, it's a culture shift. Bonner's arrival signals that Indiana isn't here to play games anymore, they're here to win and win big. She's not just bringing stats, she's bringing wisdom, leadership, and a championship mentality. For Caitlin Clark, this could be a career-changing partnership. We were both going hard, like it was Game 7, when Bonner said, now she's switching jerseys and linking arms with the very same rookie she went toe-to-toe with. You can see it, mass destruction. When you've experienced as many playoff battles as Bonner, you know that greatness isn't about highlight reels. It's about preparation, execution, and grit. She's faced the league's toughest defenders, stared down elimination games, and still found ways to rise. So when she says to Clark, this kid's only getting started, it's not flattery, rather it's prophecy. So yeah, I think she's a great player, and I'm glad to be by her now rather than protecting her. Of course, she's a dynamic player, and you see that in what she did in her rookie year, and I'm actually excited to see what she's going to do in her second year in the league with a little bit more experience and understanding. I'm interested in making Clark a superstar. She's considering the entire Indiana team and believes that Dynasty Clark's evolution is the engine, but the entire machine is being tuned. Bonner's mentoring isn't just for Clark, it also includes Aaliyah Boston in the paint, Kelsey Mitchell on the wing, and the entire supporting cast. I'm excited to play with her, and I'm just excited to see where her second year goes. Let's talk about X's and O's. Bonner's versatility allows him to defend elite wings, stretch the floor, and run the break. When combined with Clark's gravitational pull, defenders are forced to track her 30 feet from the hoop, creating a pick-your-pants situation. Then there's the off-court leadership, where Clark is under more scrutiny, pressure, and scrutiny than most players have ever experienced. Bonner has been there, and she's seen the highs and lows, and now she's got it. I think that you see how much you're loved and appreciated, and that you kind of have to give, and then they give it back. I'm excited that I get to have that, and that at this late stage of my career, 15 years in, I need it. I need it, and I'm old, so I need it. And taking on the role of big sister to ensure Clark doesn't burn out, she's also helping her deal with the spotlight. That decision to come to Indiana speaks volumes. When you look at the starting five, or potential starting five right now, it could be 5 different all-stars. What this team can do is limitless, but I believe it'll all come down to everyone who understands that on paper, it can look really good and how we can gel and bond, and everyone buying into the roles and the goals of the team. I think we have a great group to do that, and everyone wants to win. The Indiana Fever are going from being a team with potential to becoming a team with a roadmap to glory. Bonner's arrival is the fuse to this roster's dynamite. With Clark, Boston, Mitchell, Howard, and now Bonner with championship rings and a chip on her shoulder, the WNBA needs to be prepared because this group isn't just looking to compete, they're looking to rewrite the league. Kelsey Mitchell is a player who may have been out of the spotlight because the Fever haven't had a great record for a lot of her time here, but you know her as well as anybody in her ability to score and be a knockdown shooter. Dana Bonner hasn't wasted any time in expressing her admiration for her new teammates in Indiana, calling her one of the league's most electric guards. Bonner even joked that one of the best things about joining the Fever is that she doesn't have to defend Mitchell, coming from one of the most respected defenders in the game. That kind of recognition is no small matter. It speaks volumes about how loaded this Fever roster truly is. What do you think playing with her will be like? I think she's the most dynamic player in the WNBA because she's quick, athletic, and able to shoot, score, and pass. In addition, I think she's a great person, so I'm excited to be her teammate. I spoke with her briefly, and she welcomed me to Indiana. She's been here for a long time, and she wants to win, so I'm happy for her, happy that she's receiving this attention, and I'm happy that hopefully we can set a winning record for her because she's been here so long. As I mentioned earlier, I'm just glad that I don't have to guard these players anymore. I'm excited about the chance to play with Natasha Howard, too, because she's a hard player to guard and can take you by surprise. It's hard to believe that these two WNBA veterans, who are both multiple All-Stars and champions, have never played together before. With the Fever, they will have the opportunity to combine their leadership, defensive skills, and playoff grit to help propel a young, up-and-coming team to the top. For Bonner, this is more than just a fun pairing, it's a tactical advantage. You bring multiple championships and Natasha Howard. So what is her inclusion and what does her decision to play here with Indiana mean to you, and what can it mean to the Fever? I believe she made her decision before me. So when I look at the lineups and the potential outcomes and rotations, I think I fit in pretty well. I'm happy to be playing with her for the first time. I've never played with her before, so I'm excited to get back here and learn about her game. Bonner also didn't hold back when asked about Aaliyah, Boston, Indiana's rising star in the paint, saying that Boston is absolutely central to Indiana's success. If we want to be great, Boston has to be great, Bonner emphasized. That's not just a flattering comment, it's a declaration from a seasoned veteran who's seen what it takes to win it all. It shows that she believes Boston can be a franchise cornerstone, not someday, but right now. Shared earlier today, Aaliyah Boston was actually the first person you spoke to when you made this decision, and someone you'll be spending a lot of time on the court. Well, I spoke to her and I just asked her what she wanted, and she told me her goals. I think that's what she wants, and I'm really excited to be on the court with her, hoping that I can help. She didn't join the Fever to pursue another playoff appearance or to pad her resume. Instead, she's here to build something lasting, a championship culture. Bonner knows that kind of success doesn't come overnight. It requires chemistry, patience, and commitment. And she's not just prepared for the journey, she's embracing it. It's going to be difficult because I'm going to go after it just like I did, 15 years ago. And I'm excited to be in another training camp with these players and these young players who are just... So what does Bonner's arrival really mean for Indiana? I think we're going to have a competitive training camp. It's going to be intense. And I think that's just going to prepare you for, Bonner brings the blueprint. She's been through the fire, grueling playoff series, clutch moments, and title runs. Her ability to guide her teammates through those same moments cannot be overstated. She's not just a player. Now, they have a walking, talking example of how to win at the highest level. Her presence is already changing the atmosphere around the Fever. Her leadership and championship experience make this team feel like more than just a promising project. The players and fans know it. It's not just another roster move. It's the next step in Indiana's WNBA takeover. If you're excited, let us know in the comments, like and subscribe so you don't miss anything. In other words, Bonner's move to Indiana isn't just a nice headline, it's a power move. She's not here to fade into the background or take it easy in her final years. She's here to lead, to mentor, and to win. And with young stars like Clark Boston and Mitchell already lighting the fuse, Bonner might be the spark that ignites a full-on Fever explosion. I'll see you at the following one.